young man had only made a simple bowl of noodles for a passing customer. But when the customer was leaving, he unexpectedly left behind a gold ingot. The young man saw it and immediately assumed it was some kind of prank. He said he was going to throw it away, but halfway through the motion, he suddenly felt that the weight was wrong. He quickly bit it with his teeth and was shocked to discover that the gold ingot was real. It turned out that his noodle shop could connect the past and the present, and that customer just now was a traveler from ancient times. The noodle shop had been passed down in his family for generations. He had originally planned to rely on it to earn enough money to marry his girlfriend, but to his surprise, his girlfriend had secretly conspired with one of the shop assistants. While he was away, the two of them stole all the cash from the shop and ran away together. Just as the young man was lamenting his miserable fate, a strangely dressed girl suddenly walked into the noodle shop. The moment she entered, she demanded wine and meat. Looking at her strange behavior, the young man concluded that she was mentally unstable. The wine she mentioned had been lost for centuries, and his shop only sold ordinary beef. With no other choice, he used regular wine as a substitute and served her pre-prepared beef instead of freshly cooked meat. To his surprise, after tasting it, the girl was utterly amazed. She said it tasted even better than the food prepared in the imperial palace. Hearing this, the young man became even more convinced that she was insane. Out of sympathy, he decided not to charge her for the meal. But unexpectedly, the girl refused to accept that. She insisted on paying, threw down a gold ingot, and left. Just as the young man thought he was hallucinating, he suddenly heard a voice. System activating. It turned out that he had just awakened a time travel system. As long as he completed one interaction with a time traveler each night, he would receive system rewards. The young man was overjoyed. With this system, he could make money without ever leaving his shop. He then took the gold ingot to an antique store. The owner immediately recognized it as an ancient gold ingot and offered 1 million euros on the spot. The young man couldn't believe that a single bowl of noodles had earned him 1 million euros. After returning, he immediately hung up a closed sign and decided to focus entirely on serving time travelers. But he waited from morning until night, and not a single customer appeared. Just as he was about to go to sleep, an old man dressed in coarse linen suddenly walked into the shop. The young man could tell he was a scholar, so he carefully prepared the food in a delicate and refined style. As expected, the old man was full of praise after eating. When the old man had finished his meal, the young man hurried over to settle the bill. But the old man looked embarrassed. He explained that he had fallen on hard times recently and had no money to pay. If the young man didn't mind, he was willing to offer one of his calligraphy paintings instead. Out of curiosity, the young man opened the artwork to examine it. To his shock, he saw the seal bearing the pen name of an ancient prime minister. This prime minister was not only renowned for his literary talent, but also famous for his landscape paintings. The young man felt too embarrassed to accept such a valuable gift, so he brought out a box of pastries as a gesture of thanks instead. The old man deeply appreciated the young man's sincerity and honesty. Before leaving, he quietly left his fan on the counter. The young man could tell that the fan was valuable, so the next day he immediately brought it to the antique shop. Several experts happened to be there discussing antiques. The moment they saw the fan, they were completely stunned, because the fan was not only an authentic work of the prime minister, but also bore his personal signature. Its value was estimated to be at least 100 million euros. Trusting the shop owner, the young man decided to let him handle the fan entirely. That night, the young man cooked noodles early and prepared to welcome customers. But unexpectedly, the person who arrived was the same girl from before, and the moment she saw him, she pressed a sword against his throat.